So when we're talking about the Paris Agreement, that was the deal that the world's leaders struck in 2015 in Paris. This was the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The whole idea was we need to restrict and limit new carbon. We need to, the curves are still going up and up and up. We need those curves to flatten and then ultimately go down. And to implement the Paris Agreement, we need to hit gigatons of savings. That is one of the conditions, actually, that Elon Musk has specified in that 100 million carbon capture competition. It needs to be scalable to achieve gigatons of carbon dioxide. I made a video the other day where I said, hey guys, one of the fastest way we could do that could potentially be, instead of burning biomass for power, we have a lot of those power plants that are now using wood pellets. Even in my barangay in Germany, there is a biomass-based power plant, and it uses a lot of wood chips from the neighboring areas, leftovers. If we could turn all those biomass materials into furniture, into building materials, and when we turn them into building materials and we can at the same time replace cement and steel, we would have a double whammy. The double whammy would be less CO2 emissions from cement and steel manufacturing. Okay, those guys that are in that business wouldn't like it, but that's what in the future the evolution of the modern economy might require, because it's too costly for humanity and for the planet to have those processes with gigantic CO2 emissions. So these industries actually need to go through an evolution of massive reduction of CO2 emissions. We call this decarbonization. Otherwise, their future might be at stake. But simply speaking, if we turn the biomass into furniture or building materials, and those building materials replace cement and steel, we have a double whammy, capturing the carbon in the biomass and avoiding the CO2 coming from wood and from cement and steel manufacture. We can achieve gigatons. What do you think about that idea, Victor?
Well, I think that's an excellent idea. Wood, for one, is already a very good absorber of carbon. So that is certainly something that we need to really not just look into even more, but really promote